Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to teach you guys some of my favorite line art improvement exercises. I started doing these with my first tablet, which was a Wacom in 2020, and it really helped me improve my line art quality really quickly. To start, we're going to go ahead and open a canvas of any size and any color. It doesn't matter what color the pen is either. I do practice my line art exercises with the brush that I'm going to be inking with though, just so I'm already warmed up when I get in as well. You can use a pencil brush, you can use anything that has like a little bit of line variation to it. And here I'm just using Clip Studio Paint and my MC comic inker that I use for my comics. The first exercise I'm doing here is weighted circles. The first two rows are circles that are weighted at the bottom and thin up at the top. I tend to start my circles in the top middle, so I'm going thin, thick, thin, and then I'm going to do the opposite on the third and fourth rows here. So it starts thick, goes thin, and then closes thick. The weighted circles help you practice changing the width of your line mid-curve. They also help you practice circles and meeting back up with the end point. The next exercise is these hatch lines. This helps you learn how to flick the end of your line to get that really nice taper. This was something I had a really hard time practicing when I first started, and these really helped a lot. I did pages and pages of these. So you can see the second line, I'm a little out of practice on these, and I need to kind of work on those, especially with this pen. The first row is start thick and flick it towards the bottom of the page where it thins out and tapers, and then the second line is start thin and flick it towards a thicker line at the end. So you kind of end up with like weird little blobs at the end, at the tops of those second ones, because again, I'm just kind of out of practice with these and with this pen. I've also done a bunch of these at angles because I have some angles on my tablet that are harder for me to get to just because of repeated wrist injuries due to years and years and years of art. So I tend to try to mitigate that a little bit by doing lots of angled hatching. These wavy lines are some of the hardest ones for me to do. They're so difficult. You kind of vary the line weight as you go through the curves, and then on the next line you try to switch the line weights. So you'll do like thick coming out of a curve, thin going into a curve, and then on the next one you'll switch the thicknesses. I'm also doing a bunch of practices of just little kind of hatching spots. That kind of gets me in the habit of making my lines consistent from one line to the next. Then we've done some kind of like flower exercises here where you draw a circle and then you kind of try and meet up to that same point. This next exercise is basically little V's or fangs, and it helps you practice turning tight corners. So rather than a curve, you're doing a very, very tight corner. This last exercise is a practice in doing continuous lines. So you're doing a continuous line, but you have to constantly like pick up your pencil during the line and then restart it. I'm demoing here kind of what that looks like if you don't do it continuously. So you can kind of see where I'm picking up my pen. It's basically every like half inch or so. I think this really helps get really smooth, consistent lines when you have to end up picking up your pencil. And that's it for today's quick tips. I hope these help you practice your line art, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. This video is brought to you by my wonderful patrons, Jessie C, Anthony Jutz, and Terror Billie Jean. Thank you guys so much for your support.